You go to a local gig and you're having a yarn one of the artists after the show and they're all like, "Oh, Perth, it's not a great scene, you know, it's pretty small, blah, blah, blah." Right. From an artist's perspective, maybe, I don't know. But from a consumer's perspective, Perth has the best music, literally changed my mind. "Oh, bruv, but I'm missing the music from back home, do you know what I mean?" Or like Arctic Monkeys kind of vibes. You know, funny you'd mention that first, because have you heard of a couple of fellas called the Deenys? And when they're playing their EP's title track, you can't help but sing along, feeling like you're a bloody pom. But it was actually their more somber track, Vision of Heaven, that really got me into them.
Who I am, I just know how far I've come.
You see, it's these slight mix-ups that make sure you're not going to have any hints of boredom, but you're also not going to feel like the rug's being pulled out from under you. So, shout out to the fellas, Drew, Gilly, Shane, Lloyd, and Craig. Now that's where the connections start happening in the Perth scene. Craig's a drummer for the Deenys, but he also was a drummer in a band with this girl named Sky. Now Sky is basically a Perth celebrity. If you're in the Perth scene, you know who Sky is, because secondly, she is the lead for this band Blush, or Blush Baby, or Blush Blush Blush, or Blush Baby Blush, or Blush. They go by Blush. Now, you've actually got to see them live if you want to hear their music, because as of the 7th, whatever this date is, they got nothing released. All they got is some impromptu recordings on the Instagram, which actually already go hard, to be honest. But before Blush was, and still is, the legendary and incredibly comforting King Blue. Their one only EP, come on guys, your singles are fantastic, but please give us a body of work we can actually enjoy in a lengthy sitting, not just a single that comes and goes. This goes for every single artist. Singles are great for the here and now, but in the long run you need E and LPs. Through a Screen begins with the amazing intro, which transitions into the title track, or to the main track, Backseat Driver. In my humble opinion, you can't have, actually you know what, it's not my humble opinion, it's fact. You can't have Backseat Driver, the first proper track, without the intro track to transition in. And in my humble opinion, every good album, or album at least, needs a good intro like that. And when they play it live, obviously they've got to start with the intro. Just listen, bro. It's bloody beautiful, mate. Having fun and comforting tracks is all a man can really ask for. But that's not all that's given. Because when you're a multi-talented geezer like Sky and many others here that I'm talking about are, you get a mix of Jones and genres and tones that they can play with. Just like Tunnel Vision by King Blue is kind of this beautiful mix of Blush versus King Blue that kind of meets in this weird sort of center that just fits King Blue perfectly, and it's a bloody beautiful track, mate. Oh, that's not enough spanning talent for me. Dude! Alright, what about Trent Knight? He's in King Blue, and then he's also doing single work like this.
I'm glad for my sister, my mother, and this beautiful land. I travel so I see all I can, to look inside of me to know I'm more than just a man. So
And I know you people. I know what you like. You're not going to be convinced yet. And so fine. You know who Sky introduced me to? Ullah! We have Ullah!
Who will hold and hold and hold? You are a house, not a home. TV, a stove left on. A dog on the couch waiting to be loved. Paws up, belly bent, I want to care and care and care. No amount of time you stay without one, and these changes change how we age and age and age. I'm bigger than before, yet still afraid. Who let my siblings grow up to? Last time I checked, they were still meant to look up at you. Now I'm lifting my head to see them, and I've come to terms with growing old. Can't say the same for my parents. Who will tell me when I need to be told? Who will hold and hold and hold? 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 Who will hold? Who will hold? Pity, love, group hugs, dog fights. I keep running yellow lights. Pity, love, group hugs, dog fights. I keep running yellow lights. Pity, love, group hugs, dog fights. I keep running yellow lights. Pity, love, group hugs, dog fights. I keep running yellow lights.
There's only 5 properly released tracks right now, but trust me, you are going to want to be there on the first floor, not the ground floor, because the ground floor was a beautiful and still very much for listening to SoundCloud music that I wasn't even there for. Well, please do a proper release of this, give it to me on a CD, like, I want easy access to it when the album drops. Oh, dude! Yo! What? Yeah, granted, Perth has beautiful and talented women, but where are my fellas at? The Deenys, King Blue is... You know what? All right. How about this? Jack and Omri from Ullah have their own band called Rapid. Bruv, Rapid. Just shh, listen, just listen.
when will I finally pay my dues? When will I finally pay my dues? When will I lose? Let the emotion take control.
about winning. Man wondering how long he can keep winning for. Man's up. Positivity, bro. Let's go. And you know, it kind of makes me almost like freaking out a little bit because I can just pay $15 to go and see these guys live. I see Ullah, and then afterwards, Jack and I are just standing around having a yarn, just casual, bruv. Like he's just one of us. It doesn't even feel legal. You kind of start to see the close-knit connections of the Perth scene because Jack Donnelly is Stella Donnelly's brother.
You're only like me when I do my tricks for you. You wear me out like you wear that Southern Cross tattoo. You said I look much better if I drop the attitude.
Stella Donnelly was on top of Triple J back in the day. And sure, maybe she's not actually released any music recently, and she might not actually be in Perth, but I'm still gonna count it, or at least mention it. Because artists, they do move from here, usually over east. Darcie Haven, for instance.
Running after a full start. Blew the gun, but I already left the mark. Never settle for a simple life. But if the shoe fits, I guess I'll take it, make it feel right. I'm in stop motion, frozen on the opening credits. Someone press play, and explosions waiting right around the corner. But I'm getting in its way. All the
She's gone over east, I think to Melbourne maybe, because that's where her fan base is, so that makes complete sense. Her guitarist though, Saskia, she remains in Perth. Sass, of course, being from the one and only Dulcie. Rest in peace, Dulcie. Let's give a moment of silence, please, for Dulcie. Moment of silence is in I'll shut up and you can listen to some Dulcie.
I don't know where I lost my mind. Didn't we all lose ourselves just to find? I don't know why we can't see the mystery. If I see pieces of you inside every part of me, breathe into me. Out of my own eyes, I can hardly see. Out of the body of my entity. Out in the open, I will learn to be as one, as one.
Now, I'm certainly a Darcie Haven enjoyer, but truthfully, I only came to her music to fill the void that Dulcie left. And so, it kind of freaked me out when I saw Sass on stage on guitar. I don't know if I should mention maybe following Sass on Instagram, because I'm not saying I've got any official information, but I just feel like there's probably something cooking on in the background there. Her sister was half a Supathick, of which I dabbled, also rest in peace. And there's clearly just talent in their very blood. So I don't see them just kind of laying everything down because people moved on around them.
Found somebody new.
Dulcie was pretty much where my artist following journey began. Obviously the biggest piece I have is the shirt, signed by all the OG members of Dulcie. Still shout out to Sam though. I remember their first track, Fall, being spun on Triple J like mad. They were smashing that thing because it was a banger. And imagine this being the first song he ever actually released. You gotta be flippin' proud of that.
And I'm not gonna fall again. You know, no. I'm not gonna fall, no, like I did before. I'm not gonna fall again. You know, no. I'm not
just something about following this band from hearing their first song on Triple J, going to as many gigs as you possibly can. Me and my mates we'd follow them around wherever we could, right? Too many gigs to even count we went to. And then you're at the gig that you don't even realise is their final gig at just some small little festival. Ash gets up, is like, oh, this is going to be our last gig for a while. Oh, okay, flippin' heck. And then they post on Instagram like a month later, that's it. Dunsky. Bruv, being there from the beginning to the end, that just hits different, you know what I mean? So, Ash, Meeks, I don't know where you guys are at the moment, what you're doing now, but whatever it is, I hope it's right. Speaking of first loves, I'm going to talk about my actual first love just before Dulcie. The amazing, the grungy, the gone without a goodbye, Foam. And I don't even know which song to give a snippet of. It was their purely instrumental track, Cope, that actually got me into them, but that's not even how I'd recommend them to others. They've got multiple tracks that are just seriously important to me for reasons I'm not even going to share. Banff Gabley, if that's how you even pronounce it, is in my top 10 songs of all time, and I only know what 3 of my top 10 songs even are. They just hit in a way you can't find anywhere else. If you want something to feel like Foam does, Foam, that's it. If you're at all into grunge, their album Coping Mechanisms needs to be found in your ears. So Joel, Harley, Jackson, Ash, if you guys are listening, by the off chance, thanks for the tunes, and please respond to my email. I need to use some of your songs for a movie series that I'm making. Alright, things are getting a bit sloppy, so let's just calm down, have a bit of fun. The Spunloves! Hey, the Spunnies! When you see these guys live, you just know they've been in the game for a while. They are very well put together. It's like when I saw Little Guild for the first time. I was having a pretty good time with the lineup that I actually went for, but when these guys came on, they flippin' blew me away, man. I'm thinking, damn, these guys know how to make music. If you haven't got much time to be going to all these gigs, Cloning only do like 1 tour a year. It actually took me a few listens to different tracks to really click with these guys, but once I did, I'm glad I stuck around and gave them the time because man, they're bloody beautiful, mate. They're bloody good. A lot of enjoyment. Okay, I'm hearing you. You're a heavier kind of guy. Not as in you're fat, obviously, I'm talking about music here. But let's talk about one of the heaviest bands that exists, Alpha Wolf. In my humble opinion, you can't really get heavier than Alpha Wolf, because if you do, you'll just turn into noise. And while I enjoy Alpha Wolf, I can't just turn them on any time. So what if you want a Perth band or a band at all that's kind of like Alpha Wolf. They're fast and they're hard. They're expertly woven together with the little things that they play around with, but they've got more of a garage and a grunge twist, along with some amazing riffs. That would give you toxic DaDa. The guy who basically runs the band, Zach, works with one of my best mates. Like, mad talented people just doing normal people things. These people are among us. You're more of a prog guy, eh? Mate, have you listened to Primrose Path? About something a bit more surrealist, lighter, but still with a flowing rhythmic heaviness. What about Mayatrix and the Psychics? Someone who amazes me with their vocal range is pop punk metal artist RinRin. You can find beautiful acoustic piece with this rendition of Shadows.
Now I see what you're like. You cannot run or hide. I was in your shadow.
Or you can see the true range of her voice with PRN or Gunmetal Black.
I'm down in the gutter, thirst and my hunger.
She actually does this live. Like full screamo hard and then instantly back to high and like, you know, lovely. How is that possible? Literally, how is that possible? What? Oh, you don't care about vocals at all. You just want instrumentals. What about MiLkyWay? Oh, sorry, you do care about vocals. What about a bit more like a bars kind of situation, like my G, DynaM.I.C?
Many words we can all arrange. Some kind, some mean, some pretty, some strange. I must be a mutant from outer space because you don't seem to hear anything I say. All I know are ways to drive the good ones far away from me. So take your aim and kill me dead.
You know, I actually met Gwan's DynaM.I.C at a Wesley Black gig. And bruv, Wesley Black, pick your style. You want more of a punk situation?
So let me run it like damn. I do all I can. Treat me as I'm not. You can't handle as I am. I don't understand. Don't understand. Now you treat me like your bank when I'm supposed to be your man. Okay, I know what you're thinking. I don't need your
What about like X vibes maybe?
I told the Val, turn me up. I told the Gold, turn me up. I told the Val, oh my, straight from the bottom of the surface. I was still down, look around with the surface. Everyone knows.
Or do you want to feel something?
Can you make me feel like a kid again? I expected the worst. And if you had the chance, would you live again? Better than you did the first. Cause if I had it all planned out, wouldn't have self-doubt. But I won't right my wrongs. And can you make me feel like a kid again? Cause I couldn't make it work. I gave it all of me.
Oh, you mean like bars, bro? Like man spitting. Look, even though I'm oddly comfortable in the scene around those kind of fellas, I'm not very knowledgeable in what's actually around. That's probably because mostly I go to grime for my bars, you know what I mean? That's where you get the best flows in my humble opinion. But also it's because it's almost separate. It's almost its own thing. You've got like music, everything else, and you're gonna find other artists that are supporting artists you like. You're gonna go and see an artist you like, and you're gonna find other artists you like supporting those artists. That's how my music tends to grow, to be honest, is by going to live gigs. But you're not gonna find rappers, hip-hop artists by going to other gigs. You're gonna need to be specifically going to rap and hip-hop. That being said, I know about your sort of Aussie hip-hop, Aussie ratty kind of hip-hop, like proper from the under the ground, bruv, of Hesh.
I'm the park bench, I take in everything I see. I'm the park bench, the all-knowing three-piece. I'm the park bench, the grubby metal on the street. I'm the park bench, take a seat and share with me. I'm the park bench, you know me, you see me every day. You can catch me loitering in estates or alleyways.
But most importantly, we've got my boy, Kaleb.
In this game, you gotta make your allies. The world is on fire, and you're just dancing on the flames. My desire, forever changing up the game. I won't retire until I start seeing some change. It's a fire that you let it turn into flames. 20, 40 weeks, that's how long it's been since we seen and we spoke about our dreams. All of a sudden, people coming up to me saying, Katie, remember when we were G's? I said, homie, I ain't seen you in 20 or 40 weeks. They gonna try.
And I'm telling you, when Kaleb actually drops his album and makes tunes properly, releasing them, and he's doing shows, the world's taking him, mate. They are grabbing a hold of this bloke. I've been advertising his music. Every time I'm working with somebody, I'm driving the car, or I got someone that's coming over, or whatever, like I'm playing his unreleased tracks to him. And he's a beloved artist, mate. People bloody love him. If your music in this area needs something else, Kaleb's it. Kaleb's always going to be my number one. And it's not just because I've seen him grow up from a teenager. It's because I bloody love his music, mate. But he has a lot of work to do before he's a household name. And he can be a household name, you just got to do the work, bruv, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm a big fan of the Perth music scene. So I don't want to say that I've saved the best till last, because like I'm not going to disrespect anybody else. I love everybody, but Nick, Jared, and Jade, the three-piece instrumental band to trump all three-piece instrumental bands, Kruwangbin, take a step back. If you live in Western Australia, it is necessary you find yourself to a Yomi Ship gig. If you live in Australia, you owe it to yourself to come over here and see them. If you live on planet Earth, put it on the bucket list. Probably won't be long before they're out into the whole world sharing their music anyway. Big up Perth music. We are missing one thing though. Music is great for a lot of purposes, but its highest purpose is to serve, honour and worship the Most High God. I honestly don't see most venues putting on explicitly Christian bands. Christianity is too countercultural, even for those that claim they are countercultural. In John 15:18-19, Jesus says, "If the world hates you, know that it has hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love its own, but because you are not of the world, but I chose you out of the world, because of this, the world hates you." It's difficult hearing the things people sing about. Some people may sing that they're not afraid of death per se, but they're afraid of the beautiful things of this life, our friendships and relationships. They don't want that to come to an end. When people are vulnerable and they pour out their emotions through their art, you're grateful, but you're also heartbroken because there is an answer to this. And when we realize our wickedness, realize it is our sin that keeps us from God, keeps us from everlasting life, dooms us to death, justly dooms us to hell, we can accept how Christ paid the penalty for our sin by living perfectly and dying on the cross. And he defeated death when he rose from the grave on the third day. When we trust in Christ alone, the answers we're searching for are found, because hope is known, death is defeated, and everlasting life without the curse of death or wickedness is promised. That is what is promised to us and our loved ones if we just come to him. Obviously, I'd want nothing more than my Perth friends to seek the truth, find the Lord, and use their music to sing about their study journeys and their testimonies. But second to that, I think my current brothers and sisters need to step up to the plate. If you're in a band, be more of a voice. Write and sing songs about the one thing that truly matters. Put on a hardcore worship song at the end of a set and just sing with absolute conviction to a secular crowd. Let them sit in that. Use music for its greatest purpose and obey the Great Commission in all we do. Lighter, but still with a flowing, heavy rhythmic. Flowing rhythmic heaviness. Flowing rhythmic heaviness. Flowing rhythmic heaviness. Flowing rhythmic heaviness.